everyone. Good evening. So good evening to moms and dads, brothers and sisters, grandmas and grandpas, aunts and uncles, friends and neighbors. It is a thrill for us to present these young musicians in the 2024 First Performance National Day of Celebration, a day that has been designated for recognizing the achievement of beginning band students and music students. We know that you will be pleasantly surprised at their many accomplishments over these first several weeks. I'm Joey Sagal, the principal at Madison School, and I'll be your tour guide as we take a walk through your child's musical journey so far. Not every child is fortunate enough to have the opportunity to play a musical instrument through an in-school music program, but we at Dixon Public Schools value music education and know it is programs like these that also teach the skills needed for our students to succeed throughout their school careers. Playing an instrument takes physical coordination and mental concentration. It also takes regular practice time at home, and your efforts to support them makes all the difference. All the musicians here tonight have demonstrated the ability and desire to play, and have thus earned membership in the Dixon Music Program. In this evening's performance, the students will demonstrate what they have learned up to this point in their brief but successful musical careers. After learning how to take the instrument out of the case and assemble it, they finally got to do what they had been wanting to do, produce their first sound. It sounded something like this. It was obvious they had some challenges facing them for the next few days, and Mr. Hansen had to wonder what was possible. The second week proved to be quite eventful. Mr. Hansen and Miss Almquist worked patiently with the students until they could all produce their first note. Now they sounded like this. Quite an improvement. Quite an improvement, but they needed a lot more work to be ready for our performance. Producing the first note allowed them to continue through those first few lessons, where they also learned to count while they played. This is important to help them learn to play together as a team. Once they learned how to count, they added different patterns to those first notes, and the music began to take shape. This is certainly more interesting than the first note, but it is still not a complete tune that you might identify. They learned a few more notes and discovered they could link them together to play a tune with different parts together. This might have been the moment at home when you felt for the first time that the music lessons were starting to take hold. This is what they sounded like at school that day. The students continued to follow the step-by-step process, and as they completed each step, everyone was convinced that this was going to be one of our finest beginning bands ever. They began putting the notes together in a little bit quicker succession. Our band has come such a long way since that first note, and they've worked very hard to prepare this first performance in such a short time. This has certainly been an exciting performance for all of us, and we're glad that you're here to help celebrate this important milestone. Support at home is vital if your son or daughter is going to continue to progress at this quick pace, so please feel free to visit with Mr. Hansen for ideas on how to support your child's practice schedule. You can be sure that he's looking forward to communicating with you as your child advances. Our next performance will be presented on February 21st and will be held in the Dixon High School gym. Please plan to join us as we continue our musical journey. We will now present our final selection of beginning band classic Hot Cross Buns. Ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed Madison's 2024 First Performance Day of Celebration. How did they do? We are very pleased and gratified with the achievements of our young musicians and look forward to their continued musical growth. If you'll give us a quick moment to change places, we still have plenty of first performances left to celebrate.
Hello everybody. For those of you who have not met yet, my name is Mr. Hansen. I teach 5th and 6th grade band at Reagan Middle School. It's my first year in the Dixon School District. Something that they added this year, I have 5th and 6th grade. I focus on the younger and the beginning grades of band. Something we were able to add to Reagan Middle School this year is a 6th grade beginning group that meets as a class every single day, and a 7th grade beginning group that meets as a class every single day. So they're pretty small classes. This is just an opportunity for kids who, for whatever reason, did not start band or didn't complete band in 5th grade that still wanted to get involved and learn and catch up and join everybody else. They take this class for a semester. When they're done, they should know all the things that they need to know to keep up with their grade level ensemble. So we're looking forward to, after Christmas, having them join their 6th grade band and 7th grade band. But I feel really fortunate that the district offers this course this year. It's gone well, at least for these guys. And I know a lot of people that are much less fortunate, where if you didn't start band in 5th grade, it's either here's an instrument, figure it out, or it's too bad, so sad we started 5th grade and you didn't join us. So I'm glad that these kids have the opportunity. It is the national first night of performance, and it is their first band performance, so we invited them for their own little feature. I do see them every single day, so they've learned a few songs that our 5th grade beginners haven't quite gotten to yet, at least not all of them. So we're going to share some of those with you tonight. The first song that we're going to play for you is, in the book it's called Merrily We Roll Along. You might know it as Mary Had a Little Lamb. These kids are a little bit older, so I give them a little more responsibility. I'm playing with them because it's a small group and that's scary, but they are going to take turns counting the songs in. They all picked what was one of their favorites to share with you, and they're going to count off to get us started. We have an additional tuba player in this band. We have a 6th grade tuba player and a 7th grade tuba player. Our 7th grade tuba player was out sick from school today, so couldn't join us. But the next song, Twinkling Stars, is one that she always asks to play, so we put it on our concert. Ella's going to do this. We have 2 songs about bridges that are the 2 favorites of our 2 saxophone players. So Avery is going to help show us London bridges, and then Carly will help show us On the Bridge at Madison. All right, before we play our last one, I want to say thank you all for being here, because this is my last one on stage, and I want to recognize the fine work of all of these young students. It's tough to play in such a small group on such a big stage, and they're doing a phenomenal job. It's also tough to do it when it's the first time they've ever played on stage at all. So congratulations to them for doing a very wonderful job. The last one we're going to do is Farah Jacques. And this one, I have some serious perfectionists in my group who will sometimes get a little bit angry with the rest of the group when they don't do it perfectly. So, they asked me to say this so you know that they're awesome in catching on to things, and also to remind everybody before we play it to do a couple things. So Kendrick wants me to remind everybody and let you know, as a warning I guess, the first half is going to be loud. Harley wants me to remind everybody on stage the second half is supposed to be quiet. Oh, I got it mixed up. Harley wants it to be loud, Kendrick wants it to be quiet. He's been known to say, it's supposed to be quiet when we finish, or something like that. And then I just want to throw in a reminder that we're supposed to do it 2 times. That should cover it. Thank you very much. These are your 6th and 7th grade beginners. Here's your last one.
Composers All Around, and it's a bunch of really familiar tunes from classical musical pieces, but all of the words have been replaced with famous composer names. This piece changes tempo, dynamic, style repeatedly, and these kids have tackled this challenge like champs. They've done a great job. It even features a part where we split into 3 different sections, which is insane for a 5th grade choir, and they have done amazing. Before we start it, I want to real quick talk to you about dismissal. So, when we finish, we are going to take all of the 5th grade musicians back to the classrooms to get their things, and we're going to bring them back in here to you. So we ask that all parents and guardians stay here in the auditorium so that your student knows exactly where to find you. We will make sure that nobody escapes out the back door without you. We feel that this is the safest way to get them where they need to be. Thank you so much for coming out tonight and celebrating these musicians and their very first concert. We hope you enjoy it. Composers All Around.
Thank